Welcome everyone to Chess with TV episode 76. Today is October 9th, 2014, and we are going to get all the things over 2000. Over 2000, all the things. I was just noticing the other day that my ratings were all 1900-y, and that's just not okay for ratings to be below that critical threshold. So I made it an objective of mine to push those up past the line so that my rating graph would be all cool. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is my rating graph. And here is the 2000 mark right here. And as you can see, it's a lot better to be above the 2000 mark. So let me show you the details on that. Actually, the details are being covered by enormous chess pieces. So let me just uncover them. So this is randomy chess, where the pieces start out in random positions. Look at that, over 2000. King of the Hill chess, over 2000. Three checks chess, over 2000. Guys, I've been working hard on this. This is not just like randomly we notice that it's over 2000. I've been being a jerk on the internet in order to get the rating that high. So I hope you appreciate it. Now, even though my bullet is over 2000, which is easy peasy because bullet's the easiest thing in the world, these slower chesses are very difficult. Very, very hard, especially this hourglass one. You guys want to know why that's so low? It's because when I put on simultaneous exhibitions with you guys, I put them on rated. And so rated means my rating goes down. So I play against 10 people at once in that rating category. That's why it goes down. It's really hard to win against you guys, especially Chess with TV viewers are pretty good at chess. So that's obviously why that's having a problem. We're going to ignore that for now because if I try to move this rating, we're all going to fall asleep. But if we pick this one, we might be able to get this one over 2000 today. So that's the goal. That's the mission, is crank this flaming one up. Now, unfortunately, when we create a game, we can't get flame category very easily. As you can see, this is bullet. Bullet, bullet, blitz. A 3-minute game is blitz. Does that sound boring? It does to me. So what can we do with 0, 0, 6 is blitz. And 1, 4. I'm checking down here. You can see it's switching to blitz at 4 seconds. So I really like 1 minute with 4 seconds a move as a kind of compromise between something that's going to put me to sleep and something that's also going to put me to sleep. But 1 minute, that's not too much time for the whole game. And then adding 4 seconds a move, that's just right, in my opinion. Just enough to say, oh, he's made a move. What do I do? I better move right away. And look who's joined, none other than Shockful, who's both playing me and challenging me. So I'm going to decline that challenge. So Shockful, although usually you simply come on air to troll me, this time your existence is of critical importance. I am in need of your rating points. So you can see it's 1743 over here. It's against 1880. So I am favored, but not as much as you'd think. You'd think I'd be like 1,000 times higher than him. Oh, d5. Bishop d3. We're playing the Russian defense today. Drinking my water with a spoon today. It's kind of fun. And now Castle, Apostolos. That's like Castle. Maybe it should be Castle and Apostolos. That's probably what it is, actually. Someday he might say. C4. So guys, do I play C4 in this position? I don't even know. I do. Yes. Now I know. C4 is best. The knight eventually will just move back to C6. F6. I mean F6. He plays C6. Very even looking position, but I do have a few extra moves on him. This opening black gets a very similar position to white, since he's copying him. But he has to spend some extra moves. He plays d6 and then d5. And by that I mean his pawn has to go here and then to here in 2 separate moves, guys. And so that takes him more time. Take, 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 take is interesting. Should I do it? No. Let's do that. Now he has to do something about this. 3 attackers, 2 defenders. He's going to probably crack. Now, I would maybe play knight f6. Because I like, when he does this for me, I can pull pawns into the center. And that helps my center, which I like. Not only that, but I can just take there, which gives him an isolated pawn, something I can attack. Maybe queen b5 now, hitting 2 pawns at once is attractive. Bring out the rest of my pieces. I do have this bad bishop, but I can easily bring it out. 15 seconds. Don't want to go too slowly here. I have a choice with my bishop between bishop f4, which isn't too shabby, and a4, bishop a3, which would trade off the bishops. I like that way more. And here's the raison. The reason, whoop, not there. Anywhere but there, actually. I've changed my mind about queen b4. Something about bishop takes queen changed my mind. I want to trade these bishops because my bishop is dumb. In fact, I'll trade knights too, just because that knight is pretty awesome. My bishop is blocked in by my own pawns, and it's just really inferior. Okay, you've made a mistake, Shockful. Your own rook is now blocked by your pawn, and I got a pawn. So that was the wrong sequence of moves, and now I'm taking the victory, which I'm so glad about because I'm going to gain some rating points, which is the whole point of life. Why do we even play chess? It's to get more rating points. So we're doing it, and that is why we're here. So how you guys doing today? Having a good day? Chat's a little bit quiet. People are saying hi, and that's about it. Hi. Now that we've said hi, something can happen, I suppose. A free bishop is extremely attractive to me, so I'll just go along with that. I generally move toward attractive objects, such as that bishop. I'll play you one more game, Shockful, and then I'm going to notice that when I win, I only get 7 points added to my rating. French defense, please. And that's just, it's going to take me all day to get up to 2,000 at this rate. I need to find some higher rated losers to beat. This is not a very active opening for black. I'm most comfortable with this opening, which is called the Rubinstein variation, where if he plays knight d2 or knight c3, which would be the Tarish or the classical, maybe? I don't even remember, of the French, then I can just capture and then, bring out my things like this. All the things are brought out. However, it's very passive. I just agree to have less space, basically. I just say, okay, pal, you can have a better position, but I'll have an okay position too. c5. And it's not that great against weak players because you get a second place position against them, and then you have to make something happen. It's hard to make something happen when it's an even kind of position. It's just a little bit worse than everything. Against a strong player, I really like this. I used this opening in tournament against a much stronger player, and I drew with him. And the punchline to that story is, he was my brother, but I won't tell you that part. Oops, I just did. So I need to bring this bishop out. He didn't like it, though, because he was trying to beat me. That's what brothers are for, I guess. Okay, so up and Fianchetto, I guess. So this isn't a great opening for winning as black. Now, you're black, so why do you even bother to win? I mean, it's good enough if you can just get, what's that called? Affirmative action? I don't know. That was a bad joke. If you could just get equality, that's good enough as black. So it's kind of strange to be like, I'm black and I've got to win. It's tough. It's just tough. Life is tough when you start out as black. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Take. Does that help anyone? Not anyone who I am. Take. Does that help anyone? Well, I've got my bishops out. He's given me equality here. I mean, I consider that my position's pretty much equal because he traded off his center pawn. Guess I'll bring this rook in. He traded off his center pawn. He let me bring out my pieces. Space is kind of equal. King side majority for me, queen side majority for him. Capture this way. I'm actually considering f6, e5, just to stake some extra claim in the center. If I push my pawns like this in red, whoa, then maybe I can get an advantage in this position instead of just sitting around being second most awesome. I do need to not get checkmated though, so I guess I'll open that up. This is dangerous. I've created some weak squares around my king. However, he has 3 pieces pointed at my king, 4 if you count carefully, and I want to be careful about that. We can count the knight as well because it could easily start targeting something important. So I want to be very careful and not just lose my stuff. He could get a draw if I do that. So I'll do this. If I push one square, why then he could play bishop takes g6. I take, and then he just goes check until I have infinity time, which is what I always have because there's an increment on this game. But it would not lead to anything awesome for me. Oh, that's so clever. Look at that checkmate coming in. What do I do? Help, help. I have to play that, which is a poor move. Guys, did you see that? And I'm still not out of the woods either. He was going to play queen g2 checkmate. And if I took the knight, why then he would play queen takes h2 checkmate. And I'm getting owned more. Was there any other way to stop checkmate? You know, I did know this queen f6 did, but that queen move had some downsides. Like I lost the queen. So I don't think I can win this. Someone who tuned in late wants to know what's up with the title. You tuned in late. You don't even deserve to know. I don't deserve to win. Oh, I am going to get checkmated. All that work, throwing away my queen just to stop getting checkmated. I sacrificed her for nothing. I was supposed to get something for it. I got to live another 5 moves. That's my deal. I like living, but not in losing positions. I'd rather switch to winning positions. Okay, we just had a connection drop, and that's why everything disappeared. Apostolus wants to play a game of 1-4. We're going to go along with that. Let's see if we can reconnect. Hi. Are we back on? You could have played knight takes knight at first opportunity. Threatened to take the bishop and mate. I'll join that game. Interesting kibitz there. From stickers. Interesting. So the goal here is to get all the ratings over 2,000, and now I have to hide the chess pieces even though I just added them again. See, I am 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, but in flame and sleeping modes, I'm not. So I'm working on flame mode right now, and progress is marginal. Apostolus is not even here. However, he has a nice big rating of 1993. If we could just swap ratings, that'd be very helpful. That would be extremely helpful. Is there any more water I can eat with this spoon? Great. It's time to move on to my second serving of water here from this red cup. Okay, we're aborting your game, Apostolus. You're too slow, Joe. Let's play against a random human being who's not Shockful. I mean, Shockful just got 2 games with ChessWiz. That's a lot of games with ChessWiz. The only person who gets more than that number is ChessWiz himself, who plays 100% with ChessWiz. Okay, Dresden says, Bobby Fischer, where is he? I don't know. Huh? I have to admit, this makes no sense to me. Bobby Fischer, he spelled Fischer correctly. A lot of people don't do that. Where is he? I don't know. Face. And then he says up arrow. That's an arrow. It's pointing up. It's also raised to the power of, or caret. Carrots. The best chess picnic joke. I just don't follow. How is Bobby Fischer a picnic joke? Do you tell this joke when you're on a picnic, or do you just tell the joke when you're playing chess thinking about picnics? Oh, this guy's not playing the right opening. This move is not even in a book. It's that bad. Because you have to move the bishop again. If you took a book like this one over here, like this book right here that says standard chess openings and it's thick as your face, it would not even have bishop c5, 4, because it's that bad. So I'll just lock out that bishop for all eternity with the move c6. And I'll just develop my pieces normally. Gonna castle here. Oh, Olith123, the guy who's always online to watch ChessWiz TV. I just had an epiphany, which means I learned something, which means he's Shockful. I didn't even know that, Olith123. I thought Shockful was some crazed fan, and now I just find out he's you. Oh, that's the same thing. Interesting. Okay, so I brought out a couple of pieces, and I've castled. He brought out a couple of pieces, and he castled. The difference is my pieces are pointed this way over at his king. See how my knight's going here, my bishop's going here. I'll just draw some arrows. Knight, bishop. My bishops are kind of drunk, but ignore that part. My queen is going this way. See everything pointing at his king? It's dangerous. Meanwhile, his pieces are not pointing. They're like, well, one's trapped out, one's gone, one square up a little bit. So I've got... Okay, we're going up and down like a yo-yo, guys. I just lost connection again, but ignore that part. Oh no, I'm gonna flag. My internet's down. No, please give me time use tack. No, reload this page. My internet is down. My internet is down, which is not up, it's down. Good work, guys. Look where we achieved to arrive is the web page is not available. And here's a picture of you. Frown face, and the page is covering your eye. So you're like a one-eyed piece of paper. Sad. Refresh this. I'm hoping to reappear and have time left. But what will probably happen is it will say I have no time left. It's my internet. Oh, I have no internet. Guys, welcome to ChessWhiz TV Dead Mode. Take a look. The web page is not available. My entire internet, which means my entire world, just disappeared. It just went offline. And so I had to go reset my router in the hopes that that would make me survive a little bit longer. It didn't, just for the record. But if I click these buttons here, we're going to reappear and refresh this page, and we're back. And use tac actually let me run out of time. So frown face to you. Let's replay and analyze that game. So sorry, guys, but you don't feel as bad as I do. ChessWhiz TV went down for about 60 seconds there. If you're watching on YouTube, then you didn't even notice. It was like, bloop, 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 page is not available. Because I'm going to cut out all the parts where I don't exist. And so it's going to seamlessly seam together into some jerky parts, unfortunately. So I lost that game, and I lost 16 rating points, even though I deserved to win. At the end of that game, I think I was doing great. I mean great, as I drew all those arrows, and you saw what I was doing. But that doesn't matter if you run out of time. A few of the viewers are chatting in chat and saying I'm back, so that's good. I will serenade you with some music right now. Lovely, isn't it? This is what you get when no one will join my game. Just get the music. Maybe I should just play this all the time. Like, should I go on ChessWhiz TV or listen to classical music? Wait, I could do both! Because ChessWhiz started turning on classical music at all times. Okay, I'm going to click this button right here. And it stopped. Excellent! Excellent. That button has actually stopped the music mode. Okay, we're playing use tac again. And I'm going to tell him, I'm all frown because you let me flag. To flag is a verb. Flagging is a verb, and it means running out of time. And that's because once upon a time, long, long ago, instead of screens with numbers on them, we had actual clocks. Actual clocks, and they were called chess clocks for reasons, because there were two clocks, and people would say, why does this thing have two clocks on it? Well, that's a chess clock. And it would be a digital readout. It would say, 1 minute on each side. Hurry up, use tac. He's not even here. Bye, use tac. Let's play one more game. I'm ignoring you, a pistol, because I'd rather find somebody else to play, but if I can, then I'll play you. Okay. So, as I was saying, digital. And they still called it flagging then. And that didn't make any sense either. That's because before that, we had analog clocks, which I'm going to have to explain to you because it's long, long ago. They were round and they had hands on them that pointed different directions. And it would go like this. If you don't know what that is, ask your grandparents. Oh, C4 always catches me off guard. Maybe I could play a King's Indian formation to destroy him. He'll never see this coming. So on those clocks, there was a little flag. It was called a flag, and it actually, the hand would come up like this and start pushing it up like this. Pushing, 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 pushing. Oh, 30 seconds left, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. And then when you ran out of time, the flag would fall down again, and that's how you could tell. Because otherwise you just have to squint in the thing and say, do you have 10 seconds left? I can't tell. And that was disappointing, so they invented the flag. That was really helpful because you could look at the flag and see if you flagged or not. That's why it's called flagging. And now that we use computers all the time, everywhere, it doesn't even matter. However, it's still called flagging. I still call it flagging because I'm old. And you can call it flagging if you want. There isn't any law that says you can't. So we've got a very symmetrical position. The difference is he got d4 before I got d5. But what if I push? Also, take, take. He has got two attackers and I've got two defenders. Take, 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 take. He can outtake me. Disappoint. What if I take, 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 take? I can't do anything either. What should I do? Maybe queen e7. I'll play queen e7. It doesn't do much, but at least it moves my queen off the back, right? That's worth something. Okay, Ragrat says he doesn't feel bad. Are other people having connection problems, or it's just ChessWiz? I think it's just ChessWiz, guys, because my computer actually said limited connection available, which is code for your internet's dead, man. You better buy something that actually gives you internet. It's supposed to mean you can connect to other computers on your local area network, which is called a LAN, but you can't actually get that in the real world, which is called Google. So it should just say your internet's shot, but instead it shows a little triangle. It says limited connectivity, which everyone knows if they use Windows that means you're shot. You need to go restart your router, call Comcast, all that stuff. I use Comcast for internet, and I'm not amused when this happens. I should probably write them a letter and say, I was broadcasting ChessWiz TV, and now I want free internet for a year. Ooh, take. What if I start with this? I mean, this looks good. He has to move his queen. And then it uncovers two attackers, the bishop and the knight. So take. He's got... maybe I can do this now. How many defenders does he have? 4? And how many attackers? 4. After. Take. I can't get anything out of it to happen. Nothing happens. It's a little bit like that chess player. Oh, I should have played d6. Oh, this is going to hurt. No, he's going to play d6 and hurt me. No. Is there anything I can do in my 9 seconds that will save me from losing my bishop? No. I guess I'll trade my queen for a bishop. Maybe that was a bad choice. Yeah, it was a bad choice. But it was kind of fun. No, it was not fun at all. That was horrible. That was horrible. I can't believe I did it. Okay, so should we resign this game now or later? Now. Good game. I don't want to play you. I want to play someone friendly. I'll view this guy. Okay, he was away last time we tried to do this. So let's see if this happens. He wants to know if they're the only provider in town. No, but they're like the cheapest. Maybe that explains why they're always going down like a rock in the ocean. But I don't know. I like to use analogies like feathers on a snake. Come on, Aposta. Let's play a French defense, because that's all the viewers ever get on ChessWiz TV. If you don't want to see French defense, you've got to go watch episode bleh called Fresh Ideas on YouTube. And I tried some fresh opening ideas, and I learned from that episode that I should never do that again. So we're back to the French. Got it. I'm a whiz at the French, by the way. I should call myself French whiz. I'm that whizzy. Extremely whizzy. Dr. Wizwell. Okay, take. He's not going to bother to take me. I'll take you. Is my sound gone? My sound's gone. It's still a bug. Reload. Clarky, my sound still disappears. And in super fast games, it's a big problem. And as you know, that happens a lot on ChessWiz TV. The only reason it's not happening right now, is because we're trying to get over 2,000. That was a weird move. That allows me to play here. See, I wanted to play that, but my pawn was pinned to my king by the bishop that I attacked with a knight. Did you catch that? So now, one option is bishop f5 here, since my knight protects it. Another option is knight d5 here, since there's no pawn that could ever chase that knight away. Which one should I do? Knight f5. And bishop. Here's the reason. His bishop is a cool one, and my bishop is a lame one. Take it? Or move away? Take it or not? Take it or not? Take it or not? Or not? Or take it? Take it or not? Move back. If I move back, he takes knight c5. It's hard to defend. I guess I'll take it. It's better for him, really. I mean, it's smart of him to play there, because taking it gives up my nice bishop for his horse, and I don't really want to do that. But when his knight gets to c5, it causes me problems. It's hard to defend b7. I don't want to take this way, or he makes his pawns cooler. I think they become cooler. You might think that he makes his pawns uncooler, but I think they're cooler. Okay. Interesting endgame, don't you think? I would consider this the endgame. More trades will happen shortly. What do I do about this? Do I play g6, f5, or do I just play h6? Do I just get out of the way? Or do I put more things in the way? You know what? I don't have any bishops. I'll try this way. Probably worse, but I'm allowed to do things worse. It's a free country. Pretty balanced position. He does have a bishop. I've kind of closed it up a little bit. My pawns are on the color of his bishop, and I don't really like that because it's dangerous. It gives his bishop something to do. Running low on time here. He was really trying to play knight e6 so that he could fork everything. I've stopped him just in time. This is tough. This guy's playing really well. Oh, I can't play knight there. What's wrong? What is wrong with my house? I don't like that move. See, now there's a hole there. And worse. See, I'm just struggling to maintain equality. Because I'm black, get it? It's really tough. Yeah, this guy's just owning me. Look how powerful his knight is. Even though I'm the one that gave him an isolated pawn, he's the one that got a nice knight. Maneuver this knight. This e7 knight was so ineffective. Ah, oh, he did find a way. To fork me after all. Oh, this isn't good. Nice play, Apostolos. I mean, you got the activity, and then you took advantage of it. Even though you had that isolated pawn, I could never get into a drawn position. Never get into a safe position. Always getting owned. That should be my life's motto. Welcome to ChessWhiz TV. This has been always getting owned, especially right now. Wow. Not everyone would see that move. You've got to have eyes. You've got to have a brain. I mean, this is high-level stuff. Not everyone can do this, but Apostolos, look at that rook move. Bam! Forking my king and queen while defending with an X-ray defense. That's actually called an X-ray, where the queen is blocked by my piece, but later on it will just be able to move through it because the queen will be gone. I can't take that rook. You just totally dominated me. What did I do wrong, guys? Here I am trying to get over 2,000, and I'm getting under 1,000. It's that bad. Hi, Ligger Bim Bam. You're worried about my time? I can't believe you're worried about my time. Are you new to ChessWhiz TV or something? Did I say, are you new? It sounded like that's what I said. Are you new to ChessWhiz TV? Seriously, time is never a problem for me. However, good moves are a problem for me every game, especially my opponent's good moves. Not so much mine, because I don't have any, but it's still a problem occasionally. Okay, so let's see. Look at all this. Look at all these moves without blunders. Look at that. That's because the computer doesn't know what it's talking about. If I scroll down, you can see advantage section. So down here, right over there, let me just move over there for you. Right there, bah, 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 bah. You can see who's ahead. It says white. If it's a positive number, it's white. Oh, now it's black. And now it's even. Oh, and white gets way ahead. So it turns out, actually, the computer thinks that when I play f5, it goes from advantage 0.01, which is about 0, to advantage 0.41, which is significant. So perhaps I should have played h6 here. The computer's not recommending anything different because it said, oh, it's only a difference of 0.4. I've been programmed to ignore this, but it actually matters. This worsened my position considerably. If I had just dealt with that issue another way, probably would have been better off. So I shouldn't have put my pawns on the same color of his bishop. Not only that, but I created a hole right here on e5 where his knight could sink in and I could never attack it with the pawn because the f6 pawn has just moved on and never to be back where it was. That's really serious because his knight can get there in one move. So with f5, I created some problems. He can go knight g5, knight e6 right here. He can go knight e5 right here. These are some great squares for his knight, and I just created them by pushing that pawn. See, when it's here, He can't play knight d5, knight e6 because g5 is a danger square, and he can't come over here because it's blocked. So he can't get to e6 very well either, which was, as you saw, a real problem since it attacks all of the royalty. It attacks all the things. So now look at that advantage. You can see the advantage thing rolling up. It doesn't say there's any blunders, but it does say white's getting better and better and better and better. So the computer is kind of being subtly saying that I'm dumb. King f7, blunder. And then there's a fork. And then queen d7, blunder. Advantage 10. That's the highest it goes. The computer says, well, if you're down by 3 rooks and 4 queens, I'll just say you're down by 10 because you're going to lose. That's okay with me. Thank you, Apostolus, for that game. I realize now that when I've got you on the isolated d pawn there, I should not play f5 because it creates holes for me even bigger than the holes I created on d5 for myself against you. So that was very helpful. Okay, so I achieved my goal, guys, of getting over 2,000. I'm only 1835, but if you look over here, you can see that my opponent... Huh? Is this me? My opponent, Apostolus? I got him over 2,000, guys. Oh, yeah! Okay, great work. You can see Apostolus is now over 2,000 in 3 rating categories. Well, that's nothing. I'm over 2,000 in 4 rating categories. Too bad there are a bunch of chess variants that nobody cares about. It's better than nothing. I don't know. Advanced French. This will be good. This will be good. Queen b6. I'm not playing knight c6 because I like this trick. Watch this. See my bad bishop? See my bad bishop? This one right here? You see my bad bishop? Now you don't. My bad bishop is gone. It only took me 3 moves, and I totally neutralized that bad bishop. Neutralized it. This is kind of a interesting way to play the French defense. I mean, the center's closed. Why shouldn't I put all the moves in the world into one bishop? I don't see why not. Is it knight h6 okay here? Or does he just take me? I don't think he'd want to take me. I've got 3 attackers. He's got 3 defenders. Maybe I should take... and then knight e7. Huh. I don't know. I'll try this way. You gonna take me? Probably shouldn't take me. It does open up the G file. Whoa! You be crazy, man. Okay, I guess I'll take this way now. I gotta do something with that problem. And then here, now I have 4 attackers. So he has to defend with his bishop. So he's all defensive. I'm all aggressive. Bishop has to go here, and then I can castle. Seems reasonable for me. I don't have the bad bishop. So this is a typical French defense advanced position. Very typical. The difference is, there I don't have any bad bishops, so I kind of like it. There's still some danger of being attacked on the king side, as there always is when you play French defense as black, because white has this advanced pawn here on e5, so he has a lot of space in the center, especially pointing toward your king. So he's really interested actually in moving his f-pawn down here sometimes and just rolling his pawns at you. But it doesn't always happen. Other things can happen. Like you could eat ice cream. Or you could give a stripe to a Rubik's Cube. You don't believe me? Take a look at this. Here's a solved Rubik's Cube with a stripe in it. Whoa! How does he do that? It's like, whoa. It's like solved. It's like all solved, except there's a stripe in it. You Rubik's Cube people can tell that that's actually impossible. And that's why I showed you. I like to do impossible things. I try to do at least 6 impossible things before breakfast. That's a quote, a mangled quote from a book by Lewis Carroll, which is a trap because that's not his real name. He actually says he likes to believe in 6 impossible things before breakfast. It's not a he, it's a female character saying that. I believe it's from Through the Looking Glass. But that is neither here nor there. Actually, it's there, which is not here. Excellent water. Are you trying to take over the C file? Hey, me too. That's interesting. We're both doing that. So the notable difference I see between our positions is that while I have a black squared bishop, that's really good, he has a black squared bishop that's really bad. Oh no! I'm a doofus. He's going to have a knight and I'm going to have a pawn pretty soon here. Why did I walk into that pin? I couldn't say my knight or he would just take, ouch. Oh no, now I've given up a knight for a pawn. That's going to be your typical chess whiz blunder right there. What am I going to do about that? Not only that, but he hasn't used any time. He started with a minute and he still has a minute, whereas I am being pathetic. At least I can make that cool sound. What about here? I hope you check me on c8. Check me there. Thinking that it's back rank checkmate, but I can avoid it. I'm hoping for something really tactical to shake it up. I'm not sure what to do since I'm flat lost. There's no way to recover this game. However, I can at least move my pieces around in a sort of way, hoping that he'll make a mistake. That could happen. Sinoi. Well, how do you pronounce that? S4N0I? I mean, that's not even a word. Maybe you can help me. He asks, how's the hockey season going? Oh, how's the unicycle hockey season going? I stopped playing unicycle hockey. I still can, so I'm still that cool. But I stopped doing it. So that's pretty sad. The reason is my whole team has nowhere to play. We got kicked out. Well, not kicked out, but go! It's your turn. Reload this page. What's my internet's lagging again? Do you see that? Did you see that? Is my stream still going? I took that pawn, and then my time was like, oh, did you take that pawn? I didn't notice that. Out of time. Not cool, pawn. Not cool. And I just forfeited, even though I took that pawn, and then I refreshed the page to try to find out what's going on. My internet's still working, but my latency went crazy. My ping is 200 ms. That stands for mono. I don't know what that stands for. Milliseconds, I guess, since it's amount of time. I know it stands for milliseconds, guys. I'm not dumb. Actually, I am, but only in certain areas. For example, I know nothing about esophageal cancer. Really flat out nothing. I mean, it's probably cancer in the esophagus, which is in your foot, right? But that's all I know. Okay, it's not in your foot. So I don't know much. I really don't. I do know how to move a bishop. I do that 100 times a minute. But certain areas I know what I'm doing. Other areas, no, not so much. For example, having a monologue, which is not a one-eyed piece of glasses, I'm okay at that. As you can see, because I've been doing that for an hour right now. But having a dialogue, I'm like 2 out of 10 would not dialogue again. It's basically, are you listening to me? Are you playing chess again? That's the kind of conversation I have with people. Are you playing chess? Listen to me. That's what they say. And then I say, yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. I just alternate between those two because otherwise I get distracted from my chess game. It works. Okay, so now that I've taken that knight, I can take this pawn. I wasn't throwing away my bishop for knight for no reason. I had a reason, and it was free pawn. So he shouldn't have played e4, this move. He shouldn't have done that because even though he had 2 defenders, his bishop and his knight were both defending, and I had 2 attackers, which were my knight and bishop, I was able to, using the yellow arrow, capture the knight, and then he only had 1 defender, so I took it for free. I hope that diagram has explained why I'm owning this guy, because I am, and we better explain that right there. Ragritz wonders what has happened to my unicycle hockey shirt. I could tell you that. I do have the ability to tell you that. I checked in my arsenal of abilities, and right there in the middle was the ability to tell you what happened to my unicycle hockey shirt. It's under W, so it's not really in the middle, except I don't have it alphabetically sorted. I just heap them all up. So it just happened to be in the middle. I'm BOGO sorting them, but it's taking a while. So what happened to my unicycle hockey shirt? I'm going to just tell you, nothing happened to it. Whoa, that was revolutionary. Now that we know nothing's happened to it, we can go on with life exactly as it was. Thanks for asking. I'm really glad that I was able to take that opportunity to tell you. Should I play e5? 2 attackers, 2 defenders. It's defended. What if he doesn't take? Take. Nah. I'm never going to want to take his pawn because then when he takes with a pawn, his center's awesome. And mine's like a little worse. And then take again, it's even worse. I would be ending up with this lame pawn over here. No matter what I do, this pawn's kind of lame. So I guess I'll prepare for something. I guess I'll play e5 and then e4. Oh, this changes everything. Literally. Take, right? If I take, he takes. And then it's like he just turned his 2 pawns into 1 pawn. Let me show you a rectangle. That's not a rectangle. Start again. Let me show you a rectangle around 2 pawns that are both being a pawn kind of badly. So if I leave them there, good job, pawns. You can be pawns right there. If I take and he takes, he does not have 2 pawns there. He has 1, which is much more efficient use of pawns. So that's why I'm pushing. He's got a good attack right there on that square. We're going to focus on that. I think it's a temporary control. I'm kind of maneuvering, re-maneuvering here. You know, there's more to life than maneuvering, but not in this chess game. Just gonna maneuver for a while, see what happens. Whoa! Do you really think that's a good idea? I don't. I take, you take. I up, and you over, you up. I don't know. This seems fine for me. He should not have sacrificed because I just maneuvered all of my beasts, my 4-legged beasts, over in this direction. So they're going to do a great job helping to defend my king. What are you even doing? I'm going to pick my nose in disgust. Here, I'm totally safe. Don't worry about my time. If you're worried about my time, you don't know me very well. Bring my horses out just a bit. I mean my knights. Guys, I know it's not a horse. I know it's not a horse. I'm actually going to try to flee with my king. I'm going to try to get over here to d7. And then to b7. The goal is actually b7. Are you ready? Let's see if we can get that far. Oh, I should have just taken that rook. Maybe I'll get a chance this move. I didn't even notice that. Oh, I'm pinned now. Okay, I'll just keep moving. Time! What? What? I would not watch this episode. If I were me in the future, I would not watch. Wait, I am me in the future. Right now. Look at this. Rook h4 check. Oh, I can't take it or it'll mate me. With queen and g7. If I go here, right, then he goes here, checkmate. Okay, that's good to know. So I move over, and then he queen up, and then I'm pinned, so I can't take him. But I could play. Oh, what was I trying to do? Queen e7. That he would take that for free. So it's a good thing I ran out of time. The other thing I was considering was king over again, but I would lose then. Because he would just check me this way, and then I would have nothing to do but back, and then he would in, checkmate. Am I dead? Am I completely dead here? That's so sad. I mean, I'm not dead over here, right? When he took this move, when he played bishop takes pawn and then knight, I'm certainly not dead here. I've got knights everywhere. The reason I'm just sitting here wondering is because I'm asking the computer for help. Okay, computer. E4 question mark. We knew that. Advantage black. Knight h7. Okay, when I was saying I'm being all maneuvery, I was actually just being dumb. I should have pushed e4. Oh, that's a good move. I should have done this, guys. Instead of... Okay, so let me show you exactly how this happened. He pushes, and I figured out how to keep his pawns the way they are. And then he knight over. I should push again. And it's not because my pawns become so epic at that point, because they really are just kind of discombobulated. One's up and one's down, all that stuff. But it clears the square for my knight, this really, really nice square. With the pawn in front of it, it can work really well. So here's what the computer says would happen. Queen moves out of the way, g6, hanging a pawn, bishop takes that pawn for free, then I use the square. Beautiful square. His pieces are out of position. The knight cannot move. A pawn would consume it no matter where it goes. The bishop, it's on the side of the board, but at least it could move. Rook over, rook over. Okay, at this point, I don't know what the computer's thinking, because rook b8 does not look like a move any chess player would make. Knight takes that pawn, jumping around. Okay, the computer's been crazy. However, you get the idea. E4 would be nice to open up this square for my knight. But now, with my maneuvering, I don't know. And this actually says, guys, look at this. Advantage 0.39. So that's white ahead by 0.4 pawns. And then he takes his pawn with check, and he's losing by a pawn and a half. That's because he had queen h3, which keeps up a nice attack here. Sorry, I can't show you the advantage chart and the chessboard, so I assume you want the advantage chart. Queen h3 attacking the pawn, and then you take this away, and the checkmate's very hard to stop. See, I have to play f6 so that the queen can come over to help defend. That's interesting, but I'm not going to get rated 2000 by analyzing this game, am I? But after this, it just says I'm way ahead. Check, way ahead, way ahead, way ahead, and then knight f6 blunder. So it turns out rook g8 would be very much smarter, 100% smarter. I'd be ahead by 2.5 pawns instead of down by 1,000,000, because I'm going to get checkmated, which is exactly what he discovered. Oh, lost forced checkmate sequence. But he still wins. His actual checkmate was queen up, with the threat of in and in. Checkmate, very hard to stop. Wow. Wow, so it's tough to defend. When they throw away a piece and you're king, you're like, whoa, I don't have any pawns here. It's tough to find the right moves, especially when you have a few seconds on your clock. And I failed to do that, but I did have the possibility of doing it. So maybe next year when I'm that much smarter, actually I'm just going to be that much older, then maybe I'll find the right defensive moves and win that chess game if I time travel back and play this game again. Otherwise, pretty much unusable knowledge, but at least it's something. Apostolus wants to play 1 minute King of the Hill rated. Let's view that challenge. So the good news is, actually, there's no good news. Let me hide this for you. Okay, so I started out 1860 something or in the 1800s, and I lost and lost. This is typically what happens, which is why today's motto is, a goal is not always meant to be reached. It often serves as something to be aimed at. So we can celebrate that this goal is now even more aimable because it's even further away. I moved away from 2000. The goal today was to get all of these numbers up to 2000, and I did nothing of the kind. So I guess I should do that right now. King of the Hill, I'm 2002. So if I play Apostolus a game or two, and we're very similarly rated, we'll see who wins. This is 1 minute chess, where whoever gets their king to the center first instantly wins. So it should be a fun game of chess. I'm going to play the Smith-Morra Gambit, and I can't hear the sound. I blame Clarky. Take, and oh, this isn't right. Here. That doesn't make any sense, does it? No, he should have played queen e4 check, I think. What are you doing? Now I'm okay. Check. This is kind of hard to deal with. He has to pull something back. And it's not very fun. He has to pull that back. I am castling, even though the center's kind of open. He could start moving his king forward right now to get into the center, but I don't think he will. I think that would be too dangerous. f6, right? Yep, everybody knows f6 is the move to make. Boom! The knight has to go far. I need to get away call. Maybe you shouldn't have lost so much time by drawing rectangles. What kind of statement is that, Olith? Are you a monolith? Because you just said Olith. I think you're a monolith, which is a giant, useless rock. That's what I think you are. Especially giant. I think you're enormous. You started at 1880. Well, you started in 1880, and then you were born. What kind of trash talk are you asking for? Because you're getting some. Trash talk, that is. You're not actually going to get some, because you were so large. What's going to happen next? My apologies if you're actually large. Oh, my queen! You deserve that queen. Oh, my queen. Oh, this is bad. I need my queen back. I'm going to lose. Maybe I can lose in style. This is kind of stylish, losing my rook as well. Resigns. Apostolus, you took my rating down off of 2000. I'm going to beat you with a chessboard. Yeah, if you're actually large, Olaf, then I most apologize, because I don't mean to insult you in any fashion that's actually insulting. What I'm trying to do is not lose the viewers who are saying, what's going on right now? Is this chess? I wanted to watch League of Legends. That's what I'm trying to do. What? Oh, it's my turn and I can't capture my own knight? Are you serious? Okay, then I won't. Take, 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 take. Nothing taking is any good. This way. Oh, it's 1 minute with no increment, guys. There's not infinity time in this game. Time is going to be important. With the queens on the board, I can't get to the center. The goal of this game, it's called King of the Hill, and the goal is to get your king to one of the 4 center squares, e4, d4, c5, d5, or e5, but not c5. But I can't do that with queens on the board because they're so potent, they're so powerful, they're so toxic that I just can't do it. So I'm not. I'm waiting till the queens go away until that time. When they go away, then I will laugh like this. And then I'll move my king to the center. In that order, starting with the laugh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, finish the laugh. Now, I got to make sure his king doesn't get into the center. It won't. Oh. "10 seconds. Oh, there's no delay. Keep forgetting. This isn't working. Wait, it is working. Oh, I could have moved into the center right there, and I will. Yes! I win! Apostolus! I win. That was awesome. Of course he wants to play again. Of course he does, right? Of course he does. And look at all these other people who want to play. Everybody wants to play chess, even chess does. You know what I just do? I just match myself and be like e4 and then be like, oh, it's still my turn. e5. That's what I'm going to do to you guys. I'm sorry to say it, but it's actually the top of the hour. I know we went offline for part of the cast, but that's your problem. Because I don't accept responsibility for anything, including you. Actually, I think you're my fault. The reason you are the way you are is because you watch Chess with TV, and for that I claim full responsibility. One more. Sorry. Got to go. It's top of the hour. Frown. Thank you for watching Chess with TV. By the way, guys, there's a Fun Day Money challenge going on right now. If you can get pieces to the opponent's corner starting squares, which is like, if you're white, it's like A8 and H8, the very far corners. If you can get pieces up in there, then you should do it and send me a recording of the game. Because I'd be most interested in seeing that. I might broadcast that to the world on Tuesday, but that's not my fault. Okay, I take responsibility for that as well. So if you're interested in participating in Chess with TV, you should definitely try that out. See how many pieces you can get to the opponent's corner squares. The more you can, the more points you get. And if you could score 6 or more, I'll be amazed. I'll be picking up my jaw off the floor. Not literally, though. That would be rather painful and not very fun to watch. That's all the announcements for right now. If I had anything more to say, you know what I would do? I would say it. This has been Chess with TV. Thanks for watching.